You have a business plan? Have you written that down? How you gonna get there? What is your business gonna be?
If you don't know where you're going, how you're getting there, is that really a goal?
Life doesn't happen by happenstance. It's the actions that we take, the decisions that we make that controls what we do. So we have to be very, very intentional about what we do.
Follow the SMART model. That's the best way to go. SMART model. S, be specific. M, measurable. Is it measurable? A, attainable. Is it attainable? The R, realistic. Does it make sense? The last one, time-based. It has to have time. These critical keys help you put the work in.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday Live with Coach Deborah. I'm so happy to have you here today because you could have been anywhere else, but I am so happy that you decided to share with us on Build Your Best Life. Because it's all about reach this year. This month, we are reaching out to close the gap. We have got to close this gap. What gap, you may be asking? That gap between where our young men are, many of them, not all, and where they are trying to get. There is a gap in the middle. The issues that surround them, the things that they run into, the challenges that they have, the roadblocks that get in the way. We want to close that gap. So I am delighted that you are here today as we make another attempt to provide helpful information on how we can close these gaps and what to look for. Because if you don't know what to look for, you can't look for it, right? But we want everybody to come on in, make sure that you like, comment, and share. Like, comment, and share. And I'm not sure why my top looks funny, but but like, comment, and share so that everyone can get this content and share with others. Because if we're not getting the content into the hands of our young people and those that can aid them in where they're trying to get, then we're missing the mark. I'll make sure that you comment. We love comments. And again, share. Today, I am going to be talking about as I stand. As I stand. And that I can be me. It can be you. It could be an educator. It can be a neighbor. It can be a pastor. It can be a youth leader. But as I stand. What do I mean about that? Hi. Thank you for tuning in. You know, sadly, in many households, as you are standing by, not asking questions, and not saying anything when you see odd behavior, things changing with your young person, different people in their space, a host of different things that you may be seeing, and you're just standing there. You're not saying anything. You're not doing anything. You're not asking questions. You're standing by. You're allowing that gap to be there, appear there, or stay there. Because when you see something, it's time to ask some questions. It's time to get involved. And if you were on Tuesday night, as Coach Ricardo Miller and I talked about, I've got a secret. You know, it's better to be proactive than reactive. You know, if you're thinking about, hey, in a couple years, I'll be raising a teenager. In a couple years, I'll have a young adult. What things am I going to have to deal with or need to deal with during this time? You don't wait until they get that age. You need to be on the ball, researching, reading, asking questions, so you will be equipped to make sure that you're there for them and you are filling in that gap. You're not letting that gap be a deterrent to your child. Because as you're standing, guess what? Our young people, and that means our teenagers and our young adults, they are dying. They are dying each and every day. They are dying from different things. 15 to 19-year-olds account for 43% of those aged 5 to 24 who have lost their lives. So of all the people between the ages of 5 and 24, those just in the 15 to 19 year range account for 43% of those. That's why you can't just stand. 569,000, a little over half of a million, ages 16 to 19, and 762,000, which that's way over 500,000 young adults have lost their lives. So you put that together, we're talking about more than 1 million. We are losing our young people quickly. And a lot of it, most of it is unnecessary because, back years ago, there were diseases and illnesses people didn't have diagnosis for, didn't know what it was, didn't know how to treat it once they found out what it was. And so that was a concern, new conditions are conditions that not only impact older people, but our young people as well, like cancers and things of that nature. But those are not the ones with the high percentages. What has the high percentages that are impacting our young people are injuries and accidents, violence, and self-harm. So let's talk about those a little bit. Injuries and accidents. So those accidents can come from several things. They are not always dealing with these two things, but some of them are, and that's alcohol and unprescribed drugs. And sometimes they are prescribed drugs. But a lot of the accidents do have to do with people's abilities impaired because they are high on alcohol or drugs, some type of medication. And so they are prone then to drive a little bit too fast or not be able to keep that car in the lane it needs to be in. Not get up and be able to navigate that curve. You're not, your mind and your brain and what you're seeing is not all fitting together and working together so that you can make good curves and turns or whatever. You're running the lights, all types of things. People have been known to leave clubs or parties and never to be seen again. And people are like, where are they? Because I was surprised when I saw that the number of drownings were up as far as injuries and accidents. But, if you stay in tune with what's going on, there are a lot of people, again, that leave parties and clubs and nobody knows what happened to them. They can't find them. Well, they have missed, again, that turn. What they thought was some dark pavement or slippery pavement. They thought it's raining. It's actually been water retention ponds, lakes, rivers that they've driven into. So there are all types of accidents. But I guess you say, well, but you said as I stand by. I wasn't at the party. I wasn't at the club. Okay, but have you seen any different behaviors? Because I'm pretty sure if they're drinking at the club, at the party, they may have a bottle hidden around the house. They've come home Have they had a smell of alcohol on their breath? They ask, you hear something and you're like, what is that? Oh, I fell. Why'd you fall? What'd you trip over? Oh, it was something on the floor. Okay, you just cleaned up or had somebody come in and clean up that day. It shouldn't have been anything on the floor. They just came in the house. What could they have tripped over? Oh, so you're busy. Oh, okay, all right. Be careful. This is why I'm saying it as we stand by, or as I stand by. But these things are coming up. And injuries and accidents fall into that category of the number one causes of death. Then the violence. And here you go again. But as I stand by, but it's violence. I'm not doing the violence. Okay, but what is the violence a part of? Is it a part of a child being asked to join a gang and they keep pressuring them? Then they say okay because they're afraid, and then they really get into it. They really didn't want to get in, then they want to get out, and no, you can't get out. The only way you're gonna get out is be carried out. And so you have drive-bys, you have all kind of deaths and things going on in these initiations. They may give the child too much alcohol. They die by, alcohol poisoning because it was too much alcohol for their size, their system, or too quickly or whatever. But there's all types of violence. You go off with a friend, a new friend, or whatever. Oh, my child is good. They have good grades, so it's okay if they go out. Yes, it most certainly is okay. But do you know who they're with? Where they say they're going? If they're going to hang out at someone's home, do you know those people? We never take the opportunity to get to know our children's friends' parents. So if I allow my son to visit his friend that lives 20, 30 miles away, I've never met those parents. I don't know what they're doing. Something that if I visit their home or meet them, I may be able to pick up on. My child may not. They may be selling drugs in their home. They may be swingers. You don't know what's going on over there. The dad may be older and the mom's younger. She may be hitting on young guys. You never know. So get involved. Get involved. Ask questions. I met this new person. Okay, where do they live? Who are their parents? What do their parents do? How did you meet them? Oh, they just came to the school, but he's going to be on the basketball team. Okay, so you need to be meeting somebody at basketball practice or whatever. But I'm pretty sure I get an opportunity to meet their parents at the games. Oh, their parents never come to the games. Okay, why do parents never come to the games? I don't know. As I stand by. It's not that you're trying to be a micromanager and maybe your kids will call it, but you have to get involved and know what's going on. You have to be proactive rather than reactive. Once they get involved in a game, once they get hooked on alcohol and drugs or whatever, it's hard to get them off. So we want to be vigilant about what's going on. We want to fill those gaps in. I want to be a member of this organization. Well, what do they do in this organization? And I never forget my son, I wanted him to be in different things. At first, he didn't want to be in anything, so I got him into karate. And I was one of those moms, I forget how I found out about this place, but I wasn't one to just not knowing a lot about it, just drop him off and leave him. So I was one of those parents that just sat there. And a couple of conversations I told my husband that I had with the instructor. He's like, nah. But I sat there, and my child, he did learn. He stayed in it a while. He learned some rhythm and all this good stuff. He learned a couple moves. But a couple years later, we found out all this stuff about this person. So, hey, I was being proactive because I was not just taking him there, just dropping him off because I didn't know a lot about that place. I didn't know a lot about that person. And I was just, oh, you just overprotective. Call me what you want to call me. It doesn't matter what people call you when you're doing what you think God would have you to do. I didn't care what they said about me. I know I was responsible for my child, and I knew how it would feel if something happened to him that I could have avoided. So, uh, but it's all in not just standing by, getting involved. If you're just tuning in, that's what we're talking about today. As I stand, we don't want to be standing around while we should be asking our questions. What's going on with them? Why are their grades dropping? Why you used to be so happy, go lucky, always smiling, always engaged in helping others. Now you're isolated. You want to be by yourself. You don't want to talk to me. Okay, something's going on. Something is going on. And you need to try to find out what that is. And that's another reason why you have to be proactive. You cannot wait until you see that something is going on. Yeah, you can ask those questions, whatever, but if you've never had open communication with your child, are they going to have that conversation with you and tell you what's going on? You've never spent time with them. And when I say spend time with them, I don't mean you never take them to buy Mickey D's or take them out to get pizza, or you never take them maybe to play a game of golf or whatever. But do you ever sit down, have open, crucial conversations, answer their questions, let them know that you're always there for them, regardless what it is, if they have anything going on in their lives, regardless of who it's with, that they can come and talk to you. You're not going to be judgmental. You're going to listen. You have to start that stuff early. So when something does happen, they'll communicate with you. It's like, they always say people try to pull your kids in by just showing them a puppy or some animal, little kitten or whatever, and you teach them, if a stranger approaches you, scream, say stranger danger, never go to a stranger. And if somebody tries to show you a puppy and they try to get you to come close to them or their car, whatever, don't do it. Don't do it. And how many times have parents said that, done that, and what's the first thing that happens when someone offers their child, hey, you want to look at my puppy? It's so lonesome. It likes kids. And they go right over. So we have to be proactive, get engaged with that. And then, the violence. They don't have to be doing anything, but now there are so many drive-bys. And bullets you can't write a name on a bullet. And I know we have a lot of technology going on, but we can't write a name on a bullet and say, okay, I want you to hit John Doe and Mary Jane. That's who I want you to hit and go shooting. And that's where the bullet's going to go. Bullets don't know who they're going to hit. So they're just shooting. They're hoping they get the person that they are after. If they hit someone else, they don't care. They just don't care. There are so many people that are maimed whose lives have been changed because they didn't have to be in the wrong place. They could have been at home, watching TV, doing homework, but somebody passed by shooting on the wrong street, at the wrong house. They don't have any business doing it anyway, but you're not even at the right place if you had the right to shoot the person that you're trying to shoot. So there's just so much violence. And so we need to find ways to fill in those gaps. Not to mention this one that I really don't like, but that's the self-harm piece. The suicides are up. Because of these gaps, there are so many things going on with our young people. Academically, expectations are higher than they've ever been before. They are looked to, have this and this and this and this before they can move on to the next phase of their educational lives. You have people trying to pull them into gangs. You have people trying to pull them into selling drugs, using drugs, drinking alcohol, uh, hanging out with women, doing all types of things, stealing, robbing people, murdering people, doing different things to get into the gangs, those initiations. So you have so much going on. So they have all this anxiety. People with the social media and people trying to think they have to look like the people that they see on social media. Half of those people, they've had their faces made up. They have filters that you can change. I mean, all you got to do is go on Snapchat and look at all the different filters, what they can do to your face. Change your hair, change the size of your face, the shape of your face. They can do all types of things. But our young people are thinking, I don't measure up. I don't look like that. You don't supposed to. You're supposed to look like God made you to look. But they don't know that. They're not feeling it right now. They got so many things going on. Hormones are jumping, the schoolwork, trying to dress like other people. Things may not be perfect at home. Parents are not getting along. One parent may be in and out of their lives. It's just so much. I don't want to eat. I think I'm overweight, so I'm just going to starve myself to death. I'm going to make myself throw up. Children have anorexia. Others are eating too much. Some of them have to gain weight because they have to take medication. That's all different type reasons. And then, people want to tease. Don't stop teasing people and bothering people about their hair, their face, their weight, their height. You never know what is going on with someone. They may have had a condition when they're younger that caused their height to stop growing. Like I say, somebody may be on medication that makes them gain weight, makes them lose weight, makes their hair come out. Mind your own business. Did you hear all these things that are going on, people? Let everybody hear this. All these things are going on and we're worrying about the wrong things. Worry about yourself. But we have so many things that are going on that's giving these young people anxiety, getting them depressed, and then a lot of them are committing suicide. So now it's not the time for us to stand by and watch what's going on, not saying anything and not doing anything. When you see your child, a relative, a friend's child, a student, someone in your youth group, someone at your church, your neighbors, and you say something's just not right, don't just stand by and not do anything. You may not have ever said anything to your neighbors in your life. Find a reason to get involved with your neighbor so you can help that person. Ask some questions, not to be nosy. Only ask if you're willing to reach out and assist, to help. That's what it's all about. We've got to close that gap. That's why I'm here, to try to do that. So we want to reach out. We need to join together, because if we all are doing a little bit, then some people, a few people don't have to do a lot, but we're all doing something. We all have different expertise. We were uniquely made with different skills, so we can help. Stop standing by. Take those gifts that you have and do what you can. Take action. I appreciate your support. The things that I do it because this is my passion and my purpose. So those of you who contribute, thank you so very much. Those of you who pray for Build Your Best Life, thank you so very much. I need your prayers. I need your dollars. Because, I want to visit different correctional facilities and different places and visit young men, be able to give them a book so that they can read for themselves, because I'm not going to get everybody on Build Your Best Life on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. But can I get a book in their hands? Maybe we can assist. So whatever you can do, we greatly appreciate it because I want to be a part of the change that makes a difference. But thank you again so much for tuning in today. Because again, you could have been anywhere else. So I really appreciate it. Please join us Saturday. I myself cannot wait. I am over the moon excited. Every second Saturday we have conversation with the guys. We have those hot topics that nobody can handle but the guys. And they put it all out on the line to help our young men. Well, we're having that conversation with a twist this Saturday. We're having conversation with the guys and pearls. All right, y'all know Chuck's for pearls and earls. You know us 4 girls, right? Well, it's going to be 2 of our pearls, Anita Cummings and Carol Crockett, and then 2 of our guys, Elder Joseph Levette and Deacon Dan Smith. And they are going to be talking about how to restore your credibility. So I can't wait to see how this goes with some guys and some pearls. I hope it's going to be amazing. I'm not expecting anything less because of the individuals who will be on there. So 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday, September 9th. Please join us. Please visit my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. That's www.buildyourbestlife.org, so that you can read the blog that comes out each Monday. You can check out our calendar of events. You can visit the store to see the services that are offered, which is coaching, consultations, speaking, webinar speaking, and you can get a copy of my book, Build Your Best Life. It's about your life, your actions, and your credibility, overcoming obstacles to build your best life. You can get your autographed copy from my website, and you can also get your Kindle version on Amazon.com. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Please, please, please share this with someone so that you can be a part of the change to assist and help people. Remember, as you go along your busy day, you may encounter a young man that has lost his way. Don't steady your pace. Don't shake your head. Stop. Reach out and give that young man a helping hand. If we all reach out and assist, we can help so many more young men. So please join me if you will. I'm going to have a little short clip when I close out. So check that out for me. It is about our fundraising campaign for this year. Started earlier this year and it's winding down. So I'm going to show you a short clip from that. But remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. And I'll be looking for you Saturday morning. Bye-bye.